Beeper! Volume!
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 Volume! I'm guessing everyone did the classic volume! Or, there's so many.
I don't know, something in German.
What? Gersh? Einstein's Rotwet Einsteisen Ost. Gersh Academy's Rotwet Diesen. That's Gersh.
Ich liebe Gersh. I don't know. I was trying to say something in German.
I don't even know. He doesn't really get Germany. I would put a helmet on and ride around on a little scooter if I had one.
Nikki, Nicole, Nidalean.
Basically just calls me B9 and just emphasizes the nine like really long and almost to the point where it's extremely annoying.
Gersh's most popular name for me would have to be El Jefe, and Mr. President.
Calls me Roanster.
Parker.
He just calls you Parker?
Yeah.
Okay. You're
Or P. Davis.
My name changes based on like who's in the room. Like if Eddie Lucet's in the room, they'll call me Kaiwardo, which I don't get.
Mr. Gersh has called me Money for a few years now. Not Money, M-O-N-E-Y, M-U-N-Y, or M-U-N-N-Y.
Beeper.
Eric. Smack-a-mack. Or Master. Master. Yeah, he calls me Master.
Yes, LeBrandon. He calls me LeBrandon a lot.
Calls me Israeli.
Danny, or he goes, Jan.
For some reason, Slosh Slevin. Last year he called me Super Ego a couple times.
He says Master Malecki. And always bows his head before he approaches me.
Gershimus Prime, Gershinator, the Gersh Master. I like to call his car the Gershmobile.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. Gershtimus Prime.
Dad, I call him Papa Gersh. I call him Baby Gersh.
Mr. Gersh, I like to use that one a lot. Gershie, Eric. Eric's my favorite.
Gershie.
Gershtimus Prime.
Gersh.
Yeah.
Gersh. But it's more like Gersh.
He doesn't like it when we call him Gersh, but that's what makes it more fun.
I call him Cleanse. I call him Gershinator Salvation. He has a lot of nicknames.
I actually made the name Gershtimus Prime, so I'm just saying, and I made Gershie's Kisses. I made all the cool names. I call him Eric every once in a while when he's not acting up.
Hershey. Did I already say Hershey?
I call Gersh Gersh. I don't have any nicknames for him. He doesn't need nicknames. He's too high up there, you know, for nicknames. It's like people like Mehdi can have nicknames because it's Mehdi, but Gersh, no. No nicknames for Gersh.
Favorite memory with Gersh? That would have to be, I think it was junior year. Yeah, it was late to be with a teacher. It was like 9 o'clock. It was Nick Escobar, Eric Brownrout, Josh Levin, Michael Monroe, and I, and me. No, I or me. We all really wanted frozen yogurt, so we went to Golden Spoon, and there wasn't enough chairs at the table. But the thing that Gelson's does is they have like a thing that ties all their chairs to their table so no one can steal them. But Gersh was like, "This is so stupid!" and walked over and lifted a chair out, and then brought it over, and then went back and lifted another chair out, and was like, "It's so easy, I can steal every chair!" Which I'm sure he's done.
I don't know, there's not one memory to describe me and Gersh's relationship.
Every morning he's pretty much always late when we have him, and so you'll always see him coming from that way, stampeding down from over there. Guys, not the time, because he's always in a hurry to get somewhere.
You can't ask me for one memory, and I've created so many great ones with him, and I know that I'll be creating many more over the next years.
We held fights for a little bit, you know. And then I realized that Mr. Gersh was actually my alternate identity, a part of myself. He doesn't exist. At least in my head he doesn't. He's just a part of me.
My favorite memory would have to be the first time we went on our man date to Golden Spoon. Gersh and I got a nice little yogurt. I got a regular size frozen yogurt, and Gersh literally got this thing called a mini that was pretty much the size of a tasting one. It was this big, and he thought he was so manly. But yeah, it was really good actually. We got to like have some good conversations over there. But Gersh, you still owe me another Golden Spoon trip, so I'm counting on that.
My favorite memory of Gersh is when we walked in with Sprite cans and we dropped it all over the floor.
Oh my God, I remember.
We didn't tell Gersh. We told him 2 months later, and he just freaked out and was like, "Wah!"
The time he took the lower class, academy class out to the studio, and I might have taken some of my clothing off and taken pictures onto the computer and put it all on the girls' computers, and he got back and went off on me.
Last thing I would say this year.
I'd just be like, I don't know,
That's tough.
I mean, that's a hard question because I know that I would never have to say a last thing to him before I graduate, but I just want to thank you one last time for everything you've done for me, for having my back, for teaching me everything that you have, and for being there for me, for being a huge part of my life over the last 3 years, and for inspiring me in so many ways.
You've always been there for me, Mr. Gersh, and you're just a great-hearted guy, and thank you.
Thank you, and bye-bye.
I'm going to say it in German so he understands. Ruth für dich und Beinenstars. Gosh. He'll understand.
I'll miss you, and even though you have a mini Piper in the next year, I know you still love me more. And I'll come back and visit, and I hope you have a lot of success and love and health.
you're the man. I don't know, I don't want to think about that because I'm never going to stop speaking to Gersh. I'm going to keep in touch as much as I can in college, so I don't really know.
Number 1, don't mess up my graduation video. Last year was okay, it was a practice. Number 2, and really most important, thank you for everything, Mr. Gersh. It's been a great 3 years. I'm so happy I took your class from the beginning, and I'm excited to see what's to come in the future for both film, and just hope we stay in touch when I go to college. So thank you.
I've always I started filmmaking because of Mr. Gersh. I'm going to college for filmmaking, so like it's sort of like a parental thing where like you don't want to stop talking to them, I think. But I'm not going to call him Eric. That's not going to happen for me.
Mr. Gersh, I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for me this year, for your help, your guidance, for being there for me when I felt like there was no one that I could count on or rely on. And I want to say thank you for really helping me choose the right path for my future, because I don't think I would have made the right choice without you. And I'm so thankful to you.
Thank you for teaching us to be more organized, more insightful, and more politically correct with anything that we might say or do in life. And I know that anything I did learn or in your class, regardless of if it was film or not, I will be taking with me to college and for the rest of my life.
You were an amazing teacher, and I really, really enjoyed your class, whether it was sitting down and doing random things on the computer or actually doing work. I really, really enjoyed your class. And I hope that you keep teaching here at Calabasas, because kids really need teachers like you who are there for them no matter what, if it's personal or not, and to help them in other classes and encourage them, because you really do. And I'm really going to miss you, Mr. Gersh, and I hope that when I come visit, you're still going to be here, whether it's 2 years from now or 10 years from now. But you're really an amazing teacher.
Mr. Gersh, I love you.
I love you, Mr. Gersh.
I love you.
I love you, Mr. Gersh.
We love you.
We love you.
Love you, Mr. Gersh.
I 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 love you. I I love you, like I love you. That's probably creepy. Don't put that in, huh?
Zoom in. Gersh is about to start his native mating ritual. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's probably pretty bad. Look at him as he puts his hand on his prey right before he moves in for the attack. Acting friendly, but really, in secrecy, planning to kill the young Elijah cats.
Anyway.
Alright.
He's not paying any attention. Let's go back to that one.
Okay.